LogRhythm's Netmon Freemium delivers real-time network visibility to quickly identify emerging threats in your IT environment. Netmon Freemium is a free commercial-grade network forensics and traffic analytics solution. You can use Netmon Freemium's powerful capabilities to search against all of observed network traffic, identify abnormal traffic patterns in application usage, and quickly analyze full packet captures. Take the first step towards real-time network visibility. Visit logRhythm.com/freemium to learn more and download it today. Has your network been breached? CyberReason can help you answer this question. CyberReason products hunt for threats within your network and eliminate them in real time. To CyberReason, real time means within seconds. Founded by former military hackers who don't play by the rules, they've built this experience into their platform. Harness ingenuity and imagination, not just code, to defeat hackers. CyberReason. Disrupt the adversary and let the hunt begin.
Welcome back, everyone, to Hack Naked News. We have our expert commentator this week, Jason Wood from Paladin Security. You're the founder of Paladin Security, in fact, and you do penetration testing, in fact. Is that correct, Jason?
Yes, I do. I am founder of Paladin Security. We do penetration testing, and I do some online training. So I'm working on, for example, some classes around Nmap right now, such as writing NSE scripts. So it should be fun. Should be interesting to see how that develops.
Awesome. Jason and I have a past together. We've worked together at Tenable Network Security, in fact.
Indeed.
So, Jason, thank you for coming on today. And the topic that you chose, and I'm glad you decided to delve into, we're having this conversation about how we have to cover politics and the political aspect of security more and more, as it's just become the nature of business that there are so many new laws, so many new things within the political realm that are affecting our industry. I was glad you chose the story about President Trump's nominee or appointment of the Attorney General and his stance on the encryption and backdoors. Is that correct?
Yes. So this came up actually when you brought up asked me what I'd like to talk about. This caught my eye really fast. We have had debates about what access the federal government should have into encryption technology for years. And last week, Senator Jeff Sessions was going through his confirmation hearing, and was asked by Senator Leahy, how he felt about the role of encryption in protecting people's information. And I thought Senator Sessions' response was interesting. He made the comment that encryption serves many valuable and important purposes. It's also critical, however, that national security and criminal investigators be able to overcome encryption under lawful authority when necessary to the furtherance of national security and criminal investigations. So, as we're looking at the new administration and what they're going to be doing, here we have the nominee for the top law enforcement officer in the country stating his preference that law enforcement and, I'm assuming when he says national security intelligence agencies, be able to override encryption and get access to data that's supposed to be confidential. So, it brings us to this backdoor in cryptography, some kind of master key. And something I think all of us are very concerned about as we're trying to protect our organizations and manage cryptography.
Well, and this was a hot button issue too with border security as well. If you have an encrypted laptop, what are your rights to protect your laptop that law enforcement doesn't have a master key to say, oh, you look suspicious, therefore we can just decrypt your laptop or gain access to the key and look at your data. So this has been a hot button topic for some time, and of course very concerning from a privacy and rights perspective for us citizens. So.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, the U.S. government isn't the only one asking for this type of access. China has been talking about wanting safe and controllable technology for their citizens to use. Lots of folks would take issue with some of the things China has done in the name of in the name of their security in regards to civil rights and how they've reacted to that. So, it's one of the things that really concerns me is, let's say that U.S. companies go into the idea of, we'll provide the U.S. federal government with some kind of master key. how are they going to turn around and deal with China or France or England or Russia when they turn around and say, yeah, we need that too?
Yeah, how do you control access to the key is also an issue. I mean, and also, I think an issue too is the level of trust that you have for the government and their, especially government agencies, track record for what defines due process when these types of things happen. I personally believe that in a lot of cases, as we've seen with the Snowden leaks, there's not always a great track record of there being some kind of due process. And look, I'm all for law enforcement having access to things that they have to go before a judge to get a warrant for, right? I mean, that's a standard legal issue that we've dealt with and talked about on the show several times. It's when that process can be subverted, when it can be twisted, that kind of boils down to like how much trust do you have at this point for intelligence agencies or law enforcement to be able to follow that process. We like to think that we have checks and balances, but with something as dangerous as a master key, certainly people's privacy rights are put right in scope of this and are under attack.
Right. And one of the things I found to be really interesting as I was doing some research into this, you mentioned that this issue has been going on for a long time. And, I went back to the 90s when we started having the crypto battles there over policy. The NSA had sponsored the Clipper chip, which was a device that could basically, that would have a key that's held in escrow by the government. That would be put into electronic devices like phones, and they would be able to decrypt any communications from devices that used that chip. And the EFF, which was fairly new at that time, protested this strongly. And one of the things that they were concerned about was, hey, this could lead to unauthorized or even illegal surveillance and wiretapping. And then we have September 11th. Patriot Act passes. We start hearing about warrantless wiretapping, wholesale surveillance being performed, and now we're getting back into the crypto end of things with officials such as former Attorney General Ben Holder, who invoked the need for the government to be able to access encrypted data to protect children from trafficking, and certainly that's something nobody wants to see. But the idea of any kind of master key, I mean, whenever you start dealing with encryption, doing the encryption isn't hard. Protecting the keys and managing the keys and who has access to that's difficult. Now we're going to spread it out among however many agencies.
Absolutely, and I think now is the time more than ever to support the EFF. You mentioned the EFF earlier, Jason. We've done several shows in support of the EFF. We've had the EFF on the show, and I think this is a great time to make sure that your membership is up, that you're supporting the EFF and donating at EFF.org.
Right, and they are, they responded right away to Senator Sessions' statements, basically calling out, hey, we're concerned about this. Here we go again.
Right.
New administration
freaking out in the EFF office, like just freaking out.
Yeah. They were fighting this already with previous administrations, the last three, and here we go into the fourth. No, we're going to continue this on again.
Right. Well, Jason, thank you very much for your expert commentary on this story and giving us a little. I did not remember the Clipper chip. That was a good reference. I like that. I'm going to go look that up after the show. So, Jason, thank you very much for appearing on Hack Naked News.
Thank you.
We'll see everyone next week on Hack Naked News. Thanks for listening and watching.